You know exactly how James Bond likes his martinis, but did you know he's a coffee lover too? In fact, given 007's roots and his association with all things Britannic, you might be forgiven for thinking that his hot beverage of choice would be tea. However, Ian Fleming makes clear exactly what Bond thinks of that quintessentially British drink. In Goldfinger, working the night shift in the office between assignments, Bond tells a girl from the canteen, "I don't drink tea. I hate it. It's mud. Moreover, it's one of the main reasons for the downfall of the British Empire." At the beginning of Thunderball, M sends Bond to Shrubland's health clinic after his annual medical. In addition to treatments that include sitz baths, massage, and traction, Bond is put on a strict diet. While staying at Shrublands, he's limited to water, an orange for breakfast, vegetable soup, and cups of tea. Fleming writes, Bond loathed and despised tea, that flat, soft, time-wasting opium of the masses. But on his empty stomach and in his febrile state, the sugary brew acted almost as an intoxicant. Except when enduring a forced stay at Shrublands, the only time Bond drinks tea is while in Japan. Otherwise, it's coffee, usually black, and unsweetened. In From Russia with Love, we learn that when in London, Bond has a boiled egg for breakfast, accompanied by toast with either marmalade, strawberry jam, or honey. To accompany that, he has 2 cups of very strong coffee made in the Chemex. Fleming also tells us that Bond buys his coffee from De Bry in New Oxford Street, but unfortunately, that shop is long gone. While overseas on assignment, he orders double portions of coffee to go with his scrambled eggs in France, espresso in the United States, iced coffee with Felix Leiter on the way to Saratoga, and Irish coffee at Shannon Airport. While in Istanbul, in From Russia with Love, he's asked how he wants his coffee by the local MI6 station chief. Do you like your coffee plain or sweet? In Turkey, we cannot talk seriously without coffee or raki, and it's too early for raki. Well, it was right after breakfast. True to form, Bond asks for his coffee to be served plain. In a similar scene in the film version, Sean Connery orders his coffee medium sweet. It's one of the few examples of Bond drinking coffee in the films. While De Bry no longer exists, it's still possible to emulate James Bond's coffee habits. In Live and Let Die, the second Bond novel, we find Bond in Jamaica, an island his creator was well acquainted with. After World War II, Fleming bought property on the north shore of the island and built a house there which he named Goldeneye. He spent 2 months there every winter to escape the dark, cold winter of London, and it was there that he wrote all the James Bond books. Fleming would therefore have been well acquainted with Blue Mountain coffee, which accompanies Bond's breakfast of scrambled eggs and bacon with assorted tropical fruits. In fact, he goes as far as assuring us that Blue Mountain is the most delicious in the world. So, why does James Bond like coffee so much in preference to tea? Well, it's well known that Ian Fleming gave James Bond many of his own preferences. The only thing is, I've never been able to establish whether Fleming felt the same about tea as James Bond did. Now, it could simply be that because Bond spent so much time abroad, he's developed a taste for decent coffee. But there is another possible explanation that I've thought about. If you remember, Bond's mother was Swiss, and is it that he simply picked up her hatred of tea? That's one thing we'll never know.